Good morning everyone, and welcome to week 1 of 28 of this Road to Ironman video series. This is a series I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and with my 28-week Ironman training program officially starting this week, I thought now would be a good time to finally lock in and start my series. What I would like to do is, at the end of every week, take a look back at all the training and workouts I've completed throughout the week, and share some of my thoughts about those workouts, go into a bit more detail, and then quickly go over the plan for the following week. The hope with these videos is, first, to help paint a more accurate picture of what it's like to train for an Ironman, especially as someone who's working a full-time job. Personally, I also find it very motivating and entertaining to watch these style of videos, so I thought, might as well add to the motivation, I guess. Why not?
But why?
I'll also share any tips and tricks I might find along the way, so I think these videos will be very useful for anyone who's also training for an Ironman or who's considering signing up for one. And hopefully I can help motivate you to actually sign up, which you should, because it's fun. I don't know why I'm laughing. Additionally, I think it'll be cool to have some sort of log or journal of my training leading up to the Ironman, just to have the videos for myself to watch, if nothing else. In the past, I've made video edits about coffee, water polo, football, and other random things, like my buddy's car.
911, what is your emergency? I hear shots! Okay, ma'am, calm down. What kind of shots?
I always find it fun to be able to look back and just watch those videos and reminisce on the good old days. I don't know why I'm laughing. Lastly, before we get started with looking at week 1, I just want to point out how difficult it actually is to be making these videos right now. What the fuck? I can't deal with the cringe. Because I'm looking at the camera, but I can also see myself. It's just making me laugh. I really want to make these videos. I think my idea of doing weekly updates is a good one, and it'll keep me accountable. But as much as I want to make these videos, I really don't want to do them. I can't get over the cringe. This is no joke, like my 20th attempt trying to record this, and it's not getting easier. I had to write down the script on my computer here, because otherwise I can't talk. I don't know, I'm an overthinker and I'm just can't stop thinking about what others are going to think about this, which I shouldn't be, but I am. Trying to get over that. It's been months I've been wanting to make this sort of video, and I keep procrastinating and not doing anything. And so finally, because I have the official 28-week program starting, I said, okay, let's lock in and actually do this. Let's not focus so much on quality. Let's just focus on outputting something. And over time, with the repetition, hopefully, I'll get better at doing this and it'll get easier. So bear with me. I promise you, I will get better. And these will be somewhat entertaining or useful, I hope. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's make some coffee, and then we'll look at the training for week 1. Not bad. All right. I've got my coffee. Now let's take a look at week 1 of my Ironman training program. So the main focus for week 1 was testing. Last year when training for my Ironman 70.3, what I found very difficult with testing week 1 was that all of the tests, which individually are already very intense workouts, were all back to back. So when I did my biking test, my legs were already pretty tired. And then to do the run test the following day left my legs not only tired, but in pain. My quads and my shins were hurting and my feet were hurting. And then for the following weeks and basically the entire training program, my legs were always kind of in pain and I couldn't fully recover. So knowing that, what I did differently this year was that I spread out the testing sessions and did them a little earlier before the training program actually started on the 19th. So if we look here at the previous week, so we'll call it week 0, I actually did some of the testing then. So you can see the run test and the swim test were done in advance. The running test was originally supposed to be on Monday, and then the bike was maybe Tuesday and swim Wednesday. I don't remember exactly. We'll go through the 2 weeks, and so this will be week 0 and 1. I won't worry too much about all the other workouts. I was just doing relatively easy workouts just to maintain that base, and you can see I had some water polo swims. Tried to do a bit of gym. Okay, workout, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so the run test. What was the running test? The test is basically just a 30-minute all out. So you're trying to run as far or as fast as you can for 30 minutes, and you have a bit of a warm up with a bit of intense intervals to help get warmed up and a cool down. So it was about a 45-minute run, but the actual test was 30 minutes. I did it on a treadmill at the YMCA, and Louis, my coach, mentioned that when running on a treadmill, to mimic air resistance from running outside, you want to put it at a 1% incline. So I did that. Yeah, I wrote here, overall felt pretty good, not extremely tired after, so there was a bit left in the tank. That's part of the challenge. It's hard to know how to pace yourself for a 30-minute all out and not too sore the next day, which is good. That's one huge positive this year versus last year. Now I can see when I do workouts, and even very intense workouts, the recovery time is a lot better now than last year. Last year, a big bike ride would take me out for 3 days, a big run would take me out for 3 days and hurt my shins. Now, a day, like I might be sore the next day, but I can keep going, which is awesome. For the actual test, I started off very fast. I was feeling pretty ambitious, and I was hoping to like show that my training paid off in the last few months, even though that training was on and off. So I decided to start at a 3-minute 50 pace. Around 8-10 minutes in, started having doubts. I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to be sustainable for 30 minutes. So I had to slow down a bit to 4 minutes, and then I slowed down even more around the 15-minute mark to 4:10 pace. At the 20-minute mark, I slowly started picking up the pace every few minutes. In the last 2 minutes, I think I was running at a 3:30. So I still had a lot of energy left, I still had energy left. I wouldn't say a lot. So 4-minute threshold pace, pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's a good starting point. I'm excited to see where we can get it by race day. Okay, did an outdoor ride with Garrett in the snow.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna have to walk home. Oh no! Ah!
Not the smartest idea. Yeah, my chain's rusty now. It was fun. Okay, the swimming test. So on Sunday I did a swim test. Oh, note to self and pro tip, make sure you print out the swim workouts, because I showed up at the pool and I completely forgot what I was supposed to do. Fortunately, I remembered enough to know when it was the 400-meter swim portion that was the test, followed by a 5-minute easy, followed by a 200-meter test. But I was kind of lost as I was doing it, so I kind of messed up my results. Anyway, did a warm-up, did cool down or main set. Don't really care about that. Okay, let's look at my notes. So print the workout, yep. The 400-meter sprint, I did it in 5 minutes 35. The 200, I did in 2:45, which feels kind of slow. I feel like I can do better, but oh well, it's the start of the season. It was also hard because other people were in the lane. That gives me a critical swim speed of 127. I don't really know what that means. Anyway, it is what it is. That's the starting point. Okay, moving on to the actual week one. So on Monday, I had a water polo practice. I recorded the swim. My water polo practices are usually 2 hours, so about 30 minutes of swim warm-up and then an hour and a half of actual practice. I had planned to do an easy run Monday morning, but I wasn't feeling it Monday morning, so I skipped it and got a bit more rest. Over that weekend, Sunday, I picked up a new bike, so that's pretty exciting. I'll probably have made a video about that by this point. So yeah, I have a new bike, which is a TT bike, which is awesome. But because it was a new bike and it was a TT bike, I wanted to make sure I got an actual easy ride on that bike before doing the test on it. So I did an easy ride on Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I did my biking test. Yep, so that one went pretty well. It gave me a final result, an FTP of 266, which is decent. It's better than the last time I did the test, but I was hoping for better. I did the same mistake I did on the run. I started off too fast, and then I had to slow down, and then I accelerated again at the end, and I still had too much energy in the tank. So the key for me the next time I do these tests is to properly pace myself and to trust that I can sustain that pace 20 or 30 minutes, because the doubts creep in and then I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to blow up, so I slow down, but I should just keep going. Later on Wednesday, I had another water polo practice. We did an actual swim set, which was good, and then scrimmage. Thursday was a rest day. I had originally planned to do a leg day workout, but then I woke up on Thursday and my legs were tired, and I wanted more sleep, so I felt the prudent thing to do was skip it. And then I went to recovery, so that's like cold tub and sauna, which is pretty cool, but it's expensive, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep that membership for. Friday, I went for a run. So this was my first long run, which is relatively short right now. It was just an hour in zone 2. I did it on the treadmill because it's cold AF in Toronto. Running on a treadmill makes it feel so much worse. And actually, the reason I ran indoors on a treadmill is not because it's cold. It's because it's dark in the morning. And I don't like running in the dark, especially when it's cold and snowy, because visibility isn't great, it's not as safe, and I'm just gonna slip and fall and eat shit. So not worth it. Way easier to just work out indoors on a treadmill when it's dark out. Weekends, I don't mind running outside when there's sun out. So a nice little hour zone 2, felt much longer than an hour. My hamstrings started acting up, but it was okay. So that was a good run. I'm looking forward to these runs getting a lot longer. And then Friday night, water polo practice got canceled, so I decided I'd go do a swim. So I did a swim, and I did a bit of a full body workout, or upper body workout, just to get my body used to the gym again, because it's been a while. So that was a busy day. Saturday, so yesterday, I did my first workout planned by Louis. I haven't really discussed it. I should maybe make a separate video about this, but one of my buddies, he's an old co-worker who now lives in Ottawa, but he's really good at swimming and Ironman. He's going to World Champs next year, or this year, and he won his first Ironman 70.3 ever. So he knows what he's doing, and he's very on top of things. So Louis coaching me. I guess Friday night, he decided to modify some of my workouts over the weekend to my surprise Saturday morning. So originally I had a 2.5 hour zone 2 ride, just flat power for 2.5 hours, and that was it for Saturday. And then Sunday I was supposed to have 1.5 hour ride with a 30-minute run. So instead he replaced it with 2 hour 15 sweet spot ride and a 20-minute easy brick run, and then Sunday 1 hour 15 endurance ride and a 1 hour swim, which he called recovery. This is kind of what the workout looked like. It was really fun. I'm really glad he changed it, because having these intervals throughout the 2 hour plus workout made it a lot less boring. If your training program has really long 2 to 3 hour of flat power rides, try to break it up into intervals like this. I'm really enjoying the new bike. The TT position is helping my back a lot, actually. It's just a lot less pressure on my back. My tries get a little sore just because I'm not used to it, but even today I did another ride and it was much easier, so I'm very excited by that. I carbed properly for it, so 100 grams an hour for 2 hours 15. I just used 4 water bottles with about 50 grams each. Yupika and Precision Fuel. 2 bottles an hour, that's 100 grams. And then I had a little extra bar for the remaining 15 minutes and to kind of carb load ahead for the run. It was freezing outside yesterday, so to have me run 20 minutes outside was criminal of Louis, but it ended up being pretty fun. Easy pace. I find whenever I do a brick run, my body just wants to go fast. I guess it's just because your heart rate is up and you're warmed up from the bike and kind of have to slow it down a bit, especially if it's supposed to be an easy run. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun running outside. It's like skiing. It's once your body's moving, it's really not that bad. And then this morning, I did another endurance ride that Louis planned. So I think most of these intervals, the target was 225 watts. Yeah, for 3 minutes, and then 145 watts for a minute. So that was pretty good. I had to start it really early because I had to do the swim and the pool closed at 8:30. And so I had to be at the pool by 7:30 and I wanted to do the ride before the swim. So I started this ride around 5:30, which for a Sunday is crazy, but it was really fun. I love the feeling of walking home at like 9 a.m. with the thought of like, okay, I've already completed 2.5 hours of training on a Sunday morning, and then you really deserve your coffee and whatever food you decide to eat, because you've just burned 2,000 calories. Like, who cares what you eat? Yep, the bike was fun, and then did the swim. For context, Louis was a varsity swimmer. He's a very good swimmer. When he did his half Ironman, he completed the swim in 26 minutes. He was first out of the water. So he's giving me legit swim sets. I hate kick and I hate back and fly. Like, why would I ever do fly in an Ironman? But there's obviously benefits to practicing kick and fly and back. It's great for cardio, it's great for muscle development. So I'm complaining about it, but I'm happy he's making me do this. I think it's going to be very beneficial, and it's good to have someone with that swimming background who knows the proper way of training, who's giving me these workouts. It was a really good workout. I hate kick because it fatigues me so much quicker than pull. I can barely do a 50 kick and my legs start to burn. But that's because I never do it. So I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do the whole kick portion of the workout, but it really wasn't that bad. A few more of these practices and I'll probably love kick. So that was a very good workout. When I left for the pool, it was dark out. By the time I left, the sun... Holy, it's snowing. It's snowing like crazy right now. I was gonna say by the time I left, it was snowing. So that was kind of cool to be walking back home in the snow. So, yeah, that was Sunday. So for the overall summary of the last week, or maybe the last 2 weeks, week 0, the total duration was 9 hours 45 minutes of total train time. My total TSS, which is still a metric I'm trying to get familiar with and understand, but it says 1,020. I swam for 2 hours 15. I swam for 8.2k. I biked for 3 hours and 54 minutes. Ran for 1 hour 20 for a total distance of 16.6 kilometers. And I worked out I hit the gym for about an hour 15. My fitness score is 71, my fatigue score is 99, and my form was minus 35. Still not sure what that means. I guess I am fatigued. Then this week, my fitness score was 74, my fatigue was 99, and my form was minus 24. My total training time was 13 hours. My total TSS was 608, so it went down, or was less than last week. Swam for 2 hours and 40 minutes for a total of 8.8K. I biked for 5 hours and 20 minutes. Ran for an hour 25. My run distance was 16K. My bike distance was 155. So that's actually quite a bit. I don't know if when I was at my peak training for my bike, if I even hit that kind of distance in a week. So that's pretty good. And I hit a 30-minute workout. Yeah, so that's a pretty solid week. 13 hours, I'll take it. That was week 1. A few things I want to bring up in the next videos that I didn't really talk about in this one is nutrition and HRV. Nutrition is a really important part about training for an Ironman, both what you eat on a daily basis, but also what you eat during your workouts. And I think that's one thing that's really helped me do well in my training is I'm eating pretty healthy and I'm properly fueling myself for my workouts. So I think there'd be benefit for me to share a bit about my nutrition strategy. For which types of workouts do I use gels and carbs and which ones do I not? And an HRV, which is a good measure of stress and fatigue. I'm not an expert on HRV, obviously. I'm not an expert on anything, but I've found it really interesting to keep an eye on. Anyway, I've been rambling on for quite a while now. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this. Hopefully this video wasn't too long, and hopefully it wasn't too boring. Yeah. I don't know, I don't know what I think of this. These videos are really long. Anyway, I'm just gonna say fucking post this, I think, and hopefully it gets better over time. Yep, alright. Thank you very much. Good luck with your training. And if you have any questions, I don't know. Leave a comment, message me. I'm happy to help. If there was anything you would have liked me to talk about or see in this video, let me know. I'm gonna make another coffee right now. Alright, thank you, bye. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to week 28. Week 1. Week 1 of 28. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, lock in, focus. I thought now would be a good time to get started with this weekly update series. This is a series I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and with my... This is a series I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and with my official training program, what I would like to do is, at the end of every week, take a look back at the training and workouts I've completed throughout the week, and share some What I would like to do is, at the end of every week, take a look back at all the training and workouts I've completed throughout the week, and share some of... God damn it! I fucking hate this. Right. Alright. Alright. Alright, what? Alright, finally. Alright. Alright. One last thing. Let's make some coffee, and then we'll look at week 1 training. All right, we've got our coffee. Now let's take a look at week 1 of the Ironman Training Program. Am I in focus? That coffee's good. It's good, and also, a little secret. One reason I love to have my coffee set up in my room is because when you grind your beans, it smells so good. I don't know why I said that. It's true, but why would I put that in a video? Also, charge my camera. I'm distracted. It doesn't look like I'm in focus. Fuji, what are you doing? Focus. Okay. And I'm open to feedback and suggestions. I tried to not have to say that word because I can't say suggestions. Suggestion. Bro. Oh, the worst part is I'll probably leave this in because it's kind of funny. What the fuck? It's actually a good coffee. I'm impressed. I've been making coffee for a long time. I should be good. But the latte art was good this time. Anyway, let's take a look at the training program. It's funny, I'm doing this and as I'm talking, I'm like, who cares? Although, I'll throw in some videos of me actually doing the workout, so it might be a bit more entertaining than it feels right now. Cut that out, bro. What am I saying? Okay,